shot away, score! Daniel Alfredsson ends the game in overtime and sends the Ottawa Senators to the Stanley Cup Final for the first time in franchise history.
Welcome to SENS Talk. My name is Brandon, and yes, I'm your host. Before we get started, please follow us on Twitter at SensTalk_ for live tweet updates of the games and, of course, breaking news. And, of course, please check out our website, SensTalkCentral.com. Going to this game, the Senators had a chance to take the series from the Boston Bruins. They're up 3-1 in the series, and with a win tonight, they would eliminate the Bruins from playoff contention. So let's get to the first period, where Mark Stone is put on a breakaway on a beautiful saucer pass from Mike Hoffman. Stone buries his first career National Hockey League playoff goal. Ottawa leads 1-0, assisted by Hoffman and Derek Brassard. Going to the second period, only 30 seconds in, a nice pass from Victor Stahlberg finds Jean-Gabriel Pageau. Breakaway again, Fievel scores. Jean-Gabriel Pageau, his first of the playoffs this season. Ottawa's up 2-0. Stahlberg and Alex Burrows draw the other assists, and Ottawa takes a 2-0 lead. 8 minutes later, though, David Pastrnak, no chance for Anderson, 2-1 Bruins. Now they're down by 1. Brad Marchand and Patrice Bergeron draw the assists. 10 minutes later, a shot from Chris Weidman's foot goes off him behind into the net. Anderson didn't know where the puck was. It was in the back of the net. The Bruins tied it up at 2. Kuraly, his first career National Hockey League goal, especially first National Hockey League goal in the playoffs. Assisted by David Backes and Joe Morrow, and the game is tied at 2. Going to the third period, where the Bruins really started pressing. At the later end of the period, the Senators had 5 minutes of power play time. Well, in the final 5 minutes, they had 4 minutes of power play time. Not a single goal that could come bite them in the butt afterwards. But we go to overtime, where the Bruins get so many opportunities, and then they score. Now, at first, they're celebrating on the ice, and everyone's just like, well, it's a goal. Well, if you watch the replay, and you just watch the actual video, I forgot, one of the Bruins players hit Anderson. He flew into the net, and the Bruins player flew in the net. So right away I knew it could be no goal, goalie interference, right? So they called it no goal. But then the Bruins interfered, and I'm like, oh, what's the challenge? Like, they challenged it again. What's the really challenge? They already called a goal interference. What else can be the difference? It's not like, if they already called goal interference, what's going to change their mind to change the call? And it took a good 5-6 minutes for them to make the call it a goal or not. And I was like, usually when things like this take this long in reviews, it usually means it can be overturned. Luckily for the Senators and the hockey gods, it was called no goal. But moments later, McAvoy walks right in, rebound, and Pageau, the savior, does not put his hand in it. He scoops it and puts it under Anderson's pad to keep the game scoreless. Oh, not scoreless. Tied at 2 in the overtime period. And not only that, lots of people are calling for a penalty shot because people are saying he put his hand over the puck or his hand was on the puck in the crease. Well, I think it should not have been a penalty shot in my opinion. He did not, by the rules, maybe I'm wrong, but by the rules, in my opinion, from what I think it is, the rules state if you put your hand over the puck, it's a penalty shot. He scooped the puck like this. Let's say this is the puck. Okay, let's say this is the puck, my phone. Then he scooped it under Anderson's pad. That's it. I don't think that's a penalty shot. It's not like he put his hand over it for the penalty shot. So listen, it was a 50-50 call. If it was a penalty shot, listen, I would not like it, but I would at least understand the call. Luckily, we go to the second overtime as both teams are drained. And 10 minutes in, this is a late video, you can probably tell it's about to happen. Kuraly on the rebound, 3-2 Bruins. They make it a 3-2 series for the Senators. Assisted by David Backes and Charlie McAvoy. And a big problem for the Senators this game was one they cannot complete the attempts they had, and they could not win offensive zone faceoff, which led them to lose tonight's game. It was just a horrible effort in the last second that led to the goal. No clearing attempt. Carlson, I don't blame him. He played like 45 minutes. Like, if I was him, I would just be on the ice with my sleeping protection eye things, and like, you know what I mean, like the cloth that goes over your eyes so you don't see light, then you just go to sleep. I would just be sleeping there on a bed in the middle of the ice. I would be so tired. So I can't blame Carlson. He played his heart out. The Bruins did get the lucky bounce. They got the lucky goal, and they made it a 3-2 series, and we'll get to that later. But Kuraly, his second of the night, second of the season in the playoffs and in his career. The Bruins are a game away from tying it and forcing a Game 7. But let's get to the shots and goal. 10-6 Ottawa for the first period. 9-6 Ottawa for the second period. 5-9 Bruins after the third period. One of the shots from Mike Hoffman in the third period, actually, beat Tuukka Rask, but just trickled wide by a couple inches. And 4 minutes into the third period as well, Mark Stone hit the crossbar. So it was a game of inches. And overtime, the first overtime, 13-10 Ottawa. 8-6 Bruins in the second. Final for 43-39 Ottawa. But the Bruins get to win 3-2 the final. Team stats, faceoffs. Ottawa was brutal in the faceoff circle. 55 wins for the Bruins, 53.9%. Majority of the Senators' faceoff losses were in their offensive zone, which of course is not good at all, which led to them to lose tonight's game. 46.1% for the Bruins, 47 for Ottawa. David Krejci did get injured in tonight's game. I do not know what his the update will be on him. So if he doesn't play on in Game 6, that's a big loss for them. But Victor Stalberg was also injured. There's no update on him so far. Hopefully he'll be okay. But David Krejci needed to be helped off the ice, getting to the locker room. So listen, I don't hope injury for anyone, but it doesn't look good for David Krejci in my opinion. But I'm not a doctor, so don't listen to my analysis and see what the official team report is. But he did not return to the game when he got injured in the second or third period, I believe. Power plays, Ottawa, one of the bigger reasons they lost as well. They couldn't capitalize on the power play. They had 2 opportunities in the last 5 minutes. They couldn't score at all. 0 for 5. The Bruins went 0 for 3, but it doesn't matter for them. They still got the win. Hits were 56-39 Boston. Shots 43-39 Ottawa. Third star of the game, Jean-Gabriel Pageau. He had the second goal of the game. 1 goal, 2 penalty minutes, a +1 rating, 22.56 on the ice. Second star, David Pastrnak with the goal. +1 rating, 28.51 on the ice. And the first star with the game-winning goal and the tying goal and the game-winning goal, Sean Kuraly, 2 goals, a +2 rating, 18.03 on the ice. And the SENS YouTube star of the night, you guessed it, no doubt, Erik Karlsson. He played 41 minutes, 51 seconds. He was spectacular. He didn't get any points, but he really solidified the Senators' defense tonight. Without him, we would not have had so many chances to score. And without Erik Karlsson, we would have lost the game before overtime, in my opinion. Erik Karlsson's really the best player in the world right now, and he has to get the SENS YouTube star of the night. But the hardest working Senator, I'll do TSN 1200 kind of, was no doubt Craig Anderson. He kept the SENS in the game, made numerous big saves when the Senators were gassed. So congratulations to Craig Anderson again, as he saved the day as well. The attendance for tonight's game was 19,209. That's over a sellout, so congratulations, Sens Army. Now, the problem is the Senators are up 3-2 in the series. But they're going back to Boston. Now they have to win on the road. They do have a good road record in Boston. They have 2 overtime wins there this playoff series. 4 of the 5 games have gone to overtime. In my opinion, there's not a lot to worry about. The Senators still have the lead. It's not like we're down 3-2. It's not like we're tied 3-3. The Senators still have the lead in the series. They still have the lead in the series. The game was lost by inches. Multiple chances on Tuukka Rask. There was a breakaway on him in the second overtime. He stopped it. There was a post. He didn't stop that. A shot just trickled wide. Senators had their chances, and I'm sure Guy Boucher will really rally up his troops. They know they need to win. If they don't win Game 6, that's a different story. But right now, they're still in a good position to win the series and move on to the second round. They need to play it 5 to 10 minutes apiece. Just break it down, get the win, and just leave. You don't want to go back to Ottawa in Game 7 against a very, very talented Bruins team that's undermanned and facing a lot of resiliency like the Senators have faced this year. So Game 6 is a must-win, or else we might be talking about some good news. But right now, I'm still confident. Senators have the series lead. They have it in their hand to win the series. So before you guys overreact, the Senators still have it in their destiny, in their control, to win this series. So I'm not too worried. Game 6, Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern Time on Sportsnet. Let's say if the Senators do, in fact, lose that game, then we'll have something else to talk about. But right now, I'm not too nervous. The destiny is in the Senators' hands, and they need to clinch it, and they need to take it, and they need to win that game. They need to win that game, and Guy Boucher knows it. So thank you all for watching. Please follow us on Twitter, @SensTalk_, for live tweet updates of the games and, of course, breaking news. Please like us on Facebook at SensTalk, add our search circles on Google Plus SensTalk, click the big red button down there, and subscribe to us. Like the video, share this video wherever you share cool stuff. Please check out our website, SensTalkCentral.com. We would really appreciate it. We update it every single day. Of course, check out our Instagram sponsor, Sens.Central. I'd really appreciate that as well. Please click right here for the Sens Talk YouTube video. Right here to subscribe to us. The Senators lead the series 3-2. Game number 6, Sunday, 3 p.m. Eastern Time. I'll see you then. Will the Senators clinch then, or will the Bruins force a Game 7? I'm hoping Senators in 6 like I predicted. I'll see you in the next video. Senators lose in a heartbreaking fashion, double overtime, 3-2 to the Bruins. They lead the series though, 3-2. I'll see you next video. Stay confident, Sens fans. Go Sens go.